maybe one day.
Oh, so never. Okay.
No, I don't
No,
think
it released on Series X by accident, and then they took it back.
Oh, here it is. Active Minecraft texture pack. Default Minecraft graphics now with updated, stylish new textures.
Mm-hmm.
I put the render distance higher.
Perfect. We're in a
Your game
building. You should
explode?
see it.
Thank you.
Oh, what do you know? I can see higher in the sky now.
How can you tell?
What the hell was your render distance before?
22.
What the?
I
Oh
don't know.
my.
Put it 28.
I'm gonna set mine to 0.
Don't do that.
Everything will be invisible.
Ready? Hold on.
A lot of clouds.
A lot of
Render
sunshine and
distance.
clouds.
How low does this go? 5 chunks.
5 chunks would be
I don't notice
chunky.
anything different.
We're in one chunk right now. Actually, we might be partially in two. I think a chunk is 64 blocks.
Oh, okay.
Alright, well,
This
we
game
are
is super
live.
chunky. Got it.
I know we've been live on Adam's side for a bit now, so welcome everybody to another episode of Crafting a Chat. We are on episode 90. We are 10 away from the big 100. It's insane. We've been doing this for 90 episodes.
Why? Hold on. If it's 28 chunks is recommended, why doesn't it automatically set it to that?
I don't know. I think it had maybe 22 was like recommended before, 23 or something like that. Because I could have sworn I put the chunks way higher, but I guess 28 is recommended.
I'm saying 16 too. I want to see how smooth these squares can get. Oh, now your chin's all glitched out.
Oh, my chin. Oh, my God. Well, I mean, my chin is my chin, you know. It was glitched out since the day I was born.
Wow.
What the hell does that mean?
You know what that means, Mom. Anyway, everybody. How's everybody doing today?
I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. That's good.
Kevin's
You're here. Right.
Good news, your chin's not glitchy anymore.
Okay, I had to move my head down a bit, huh? That's just the angle that you were looking at me
No,
at.
JDL is back.
Gentlemen, what did we do last week? Anybody want to go first? Anybody want to start us off for what they did last week?
Sure, I'll go first. You wanna know
Please
why?
go ahead.
Here's what I did. Played Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. Played League of Legends. That's it.
Oh, God. How far are you in
League of
Tiny
Legends
Tina?
literally today. Tiny Tina's, I'm in, I believe, the last area, but I'm not 100% on that.
Oh, okay.
Well, the last area of the main story, anyway. Hit level 40, so I unlocked Myth rank.
Mm-hmm.
That's fun. It's basically a better Paragon system, like from Diablo 3. So you get additional like level ups, and they give you points, and you put them into 4 trees. I don't know if there's a a maximum level for this or not. I hope there isn't, or I hope it's really high, one of the two. Because you need to put a lot of points in things to actually max them out in there. But it's very similar to like if you played Diablo 3 and you're familiar with the Paragon system, very similar to that. You can level up relatively quickly at first, and I'm assuming that gets much more difficult later on, and you just get tiny stat buffs. It's kind of, I guess, akin to badass ranks before, except this one you have direct control over what you get. It's not like random every time, or pseudo random. So yeah, it's fun. Still having a
That's
blast
great to
with
hear.
Tiny Tina's. This is now my second favorite Borderlands game. Borderlands 1 and then this. So
Wow. Okay.
it's such a good game. So good for so many
Wow.
reasons. The boss fights hopefully will get better over time. And they patch some stuff. There's a DLC already out for this game. I haven't gotten to that yet.
The hell? When did they announce the DLC for that?
No, they didn't even announce it. They're like, here it is.
Oh,
I
God.
think, unless it was just an announcement. If it was just an announcement, it'll be
I
out soon, I'm
did
sure.
not see it at all.
It's some Coil Fang, something or another. There's trophies already in my list for it.
Oh, cool.
Nope.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Uh, one of the things in Borderlands I think I'd like to see is an arena mode. I don't know if that game has an arena mode, but
Just
like a challenge arena mode or something like
yeah.
that. I think that's something that people wanted in 3 and it wasn't there.
Honestly, you know what? Honestly, I hate to say this, but you know what would be great in a Borderlands game? A battle
Why?
royale.
I mean,
You
I
wanna know
can see
why?
that. Yeah,
Weapon drops.
yeah. There's a lot of unique weapons,
Like because
tons,
as opposed to having like attachments and shit, just put the loot system in. That's it. You're
and
done.
nobody would ever have identical weapons. There
Yeah.
would always be different weapons.
It would always be exciting to kill somebody or loot something because you have no idea what you're gonna get.
That's
And
crazy,
then
actually.
like
It's not a bad idea.
you could actually have it set up similar to like Myth Rank or something. Just make it a little easier for you to like put little stat buffs in. And then you could have like the skill tree stuff, like all the passives and junk, you could have as lootable objects. And there you go. It'd be great, honestly. Probably run really well too.
But then doesn't Battle Royale fall into the whole like luck of the draw things? Like if you're lucky, you'd get the best gun when it drops, or you kind of balance them all out in a certain way. They just have
I
different
mean,
attributes.
well, the thing with Borderlands is most of the guns are somewhat balanced against one another. There's like
Mm.
an actual item level in the games now. So like, I don't know. If you get good enough at the game, you'll like know how to use all the major weapon types and like
Mm.
ammo types and all that. So like,
Mm-hmm.
there you go. And if you find something like the one shotgun that I have right now is freaking amazing. So it's poison damage.
Mm-hmm.
Um, basically acid damage, but poison in this. Um, it fires lines like a dead space sort of weapon.
Oh, like the line gun or the
Yeah,
plasma shooter, the plasma
but
cannon. I mean.
it's like three. Yep, it's more like the line cutter, but like three on top of each other.
Oh.
And when you like reload it, it's a TDR. Um, so when you reload it, you throw it. It sprouts wings and just starts attacking on its own.
Oh God.
And there's no limit to how many of those you can have. It's
You
great.
just keep reloading and throwing them, and then they grow wings, and
Yeah.
you have an army of like flying guns.
Yep.
What the hell?
It's
Oh
amazing.
my God. That's insane. That's actually pretty good. Okay, cool. Cool. All right. I guess I'll go next. Actually,
But like, imagine that in a battle royale. How cool would that be? That's so
battle
different.
royale would be, I think, cool. You take out the whole skill system now, and you're putting in like you don't know what you're gonna get, and you have to just kind of go with that. I mean, I guess
Because
it's still
like,
skill related, but like, you know.
yeah, like even POE when they had the April Fool's Day thing where they put a battle royale into POE, people loved it. Like people still want that to just be a thing you can play because it was
Yeah.
actually like surprisingly good.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll go next. I only played Horizon. I'm almost to the end of Horizon. Got to fly yesterday. It was amazing. Oh my god, that is the game of 2022. Love it. It's crazy. I can't believe it's going so far. Um,
I'll tell you what the
once I
real
beat
game
it,
of 2022 is
I
when we
mean,
make it to 2023.
we got, you know, I'm only 2 trophies away from getting the platinum at this point, so I should be able to platinum the game in the week, and then I'll probably move on to platinuming SpongeBob and maybe start working on the medium. I don't know. We also have to do the. I do have to do the run of the Dark Anthology game because I never
Oh, yo,
played
we
it with
gotta play
Adam.
that.
Yeah, we gotta play that. I think we should do
Play
that.
that co-op.
But yeah, we could do that. 100%. Three of us could probably do that if anything. Um, and if Desinota wants to join into it, go right ahead. All four of us could play Dark Anthology if anything. But yeah, that's all I did. Unfortunately, I've been so hooked on Horizon trying to beat that. Sunk already over 122 hours in that game. It's insane. The game is just so good, so detailed, so good, so amazing. Keep supporting it too. Surprised with all the amount of updates. I think that's one of those games that just keep pumping more and more into it. Just keep fixing it, making it better, this and that. Just great. But yeah. Destin, what did you do last week?
Bethesda's classic Elder Scrolls RPGs are free on Steam.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure this is Daggerfall.
Daggerfall's free?
Be right back.
Okay. That's another what'd you do?
played some League.
Uh-huh.
A little bit of Elden Ring. Died a bunch.
Uh-huh.
I found this big old dragon.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a really big dragon and it spits out blue fire, and it
Sounds
one-shots
powerful.
you with every attack.
Oh, that's always fun. One-shotting with
Yeah,
that's nice.
so
That was nice.
I didn't beat it yet. I only went up to try and fight it like 2 times, and then
Gotcha.
mm,
Did you I know I'm pretty sure Adam wants to ask you this, but did you finish Breaking Bad or no?
hmm
Oh.
yeah, like 2 days after.
Why do you gotta take my questions? Why do you gotta take my opinions? You take my questions. Kevin interrupts and you steal. That's what happens. All right, that's what's going on. Last week Kevin kept interrupting. Weeks before you stole my Batman opinion, and now you wanna. Why do you do this? Why do you do this?
I'm sorry. I don't mean to take your thunder. I was just kind of gonna let you,
You were gonna
you do
let
what
me
you gotta
ask my question after you asked the question. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you, Genesis. Wonderful man. Wonderful man. Anyways, please. Sorry. Keep going.
hmm Um,
What'd you think?
you know, oh, oh man.
Let's start. Ozymandias, what did you think of that episode? It's considered one of the best hours in television of all time. If you don't know, that's the episode that opens with on Gomi. Well, it actually opens in the past, and then Gomi is on the ground, and Hank says, "I'm Hank Asax Schrader, and you can go f yourself." And then stuff happens.
Oh, wait.
Yep, and then the money is given to the bad people, and then Walt rolls
Mm.
a barrel, and then the whole family thing, and the kidnapping, and then the blaming. That episode, yeah,
Hmm.
it's the third to last episode.
Well, I'm getting confused. 1 second.
Oh, the I watched Jane die line.
Hmm.
That episode.
I was so surprised when he actually decided to tell him,
Oh, he wanted to hurt him. That's, I
but
mean,
yeah, he like, well, are you sure he wanted to hurt him, or did he just want him to know,
he
like,
wanted to hurt him.
because he's never gonna see him again.
Well, he
At
wanted.
least in the moment, he thought he wasn't going
Yeah, he
to.
thought he would just be like used and then thrown away immediately, not what became of him. But at that
Yeah.
moment, he didn't blame himself for what happened at that, like in the earlier scenes. I don't want to spoil it for anybody,
Yeah.
but he mostly blamed Jesse because that's just who Walt is. Because he'll just pass the blame on. So he passed the blame, and it continued for most of the episode until he went home and he screamed, "We're a family."
Yeah.
And then there, oh man, what
And
that
then
episode?
the escalation. Oh my God. I can't believe her and the son was like,
I
he pulled a knife on us. He pulled a knife on us. Police come quick.
yeah, that
Come
episode
on.
is an hour of tension.
Hmm
It's literally 5 years of episodes that have just built up, and
Yeah.
they kind of just explode there. Um, Considered one of the, if not the best hour of television of all time. But what did you think of the end? Like, did you like it? Did you understand like why it happened, or did you
Yeah.
not like it?
I think it couldn't have ended any other way. It really, like, that was like the only way the show could have ended.
Mm.
I mean, maybe Jesse doesn't drive away, but
Did you watch El Camino yet?
Not yet. No,
Ah.
not yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I do really want to watch it because I want to see where he goes and what he does, but I just wanted to give some space between
Sure.
this and that movie.
Yeah. I don't know if you know this, but when Hank makes the realization on the toilet, the very next episode, it was about a year gap in real time, like if you watched the show as it aired live. So we saw
Oh.
Hank realize on the toilet, and then a year passed, and then the
And
next
he didn't
episode
do
aired.
anything for
No.
the whole.
No, I mean like the episode aired, and then
Oh,
a year passed, and then the immediate episode after that started. Like
okay.
the
Okay.
timeline in the show is immediate, but in real life, we had to wait a year,
Right.
and it sucked.
Yeah, wow. That
Yeah.
would've been, oh my god.
Yeah. So
Seeing that and then you're just sitting there, the screen goes black.
yeah, it was like what does this mean?
Wait, no.
Oh God, Ozymandias. Then you get that at the end of that where Walt's he's going to do what needs to be done.
Yep.
Like, whew, yeah, whew, so much. Then Better Call Saul. Any interest in watching that?
Maybe not yet.
Yeah, I'd give some time.
I wasn't like, I mean, Saul's a really cool character. I guess I'll have to just try it and see how it is.
It starts off more as a comedy than a drama, compared to Breaking Bad. I mean, it's still mostly a drama.
Well, that fits. I mean,
Yeah.
Saul's a funny guy.
But also, the episode, because the final season is airing currently, and the episode that just aired, my mom was crying at the end, and I was crushed. The internet was crushed. There's that move. In ways that show has surpassed Breaking Bad.
Whoa.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same people, and oh my God, it's wild. It's wild.
Because they never showed anything about Saul after he had left, right?
The Vacuum Man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
after
he
left the
Into
Vacuum
my
Man.
PC real quick. I'll be right back.
he said he's gonna,
Yep.
if he's lucky, in 6 months he'll be the manager at a Cinnabon.
Yeah. That's the only thing that we saw.
Real funny story. Very opening scene of Better Call Saul is his name is Gene. It's black and white, and he's working at a Cinnabon. We don't know how much time has passed, and it's pretty great. It's pretty great. So it gives you like what's going on currently, and then it flashes back to like 2002, I think it starts.
Okay.
And that show's been on 7 years now. So
Yeah, when I first saw Walt buying all that stuff to put in the car, I was like, what is he gonna do with this?
oh, it's great.
Why is he getting this rotating thing
So good.
with like this really heavy assault rifle?
Yep, it's so good.
And the plans are formulating, and
Oh, ooh, it's,
Jesse's suffering again.
oh man, that poor guy.
Dude's literally chained to the roof of a warehouse.
Yep.
Man.
Oh, it's so good though. Every episode is perfect from beginning to end.
Oh my god. I think one of the best parts I saw was when he put the rice in
Oh, for Lydia?
coffee.
Oh, the stevia? Yeah, he's like, yeah, you feeling sick?
It was so good.
It's so good.
That
That
was
scene
so
where
good.
he just
Oh my god.
where he's just sitting there, and then all of a sudden he just pops up, and they're like, "Wait, what?
Yeah,
How,
yeah.
what the?"
You're like, what? Where'd you come from?
Oh man. Oh,
And
I
then
can't-
the kid
Ugh.
Todd's freaking out too. He's like, what? Where is it coming
Todd
from?
seemed like
We don't wanna do
genuinely
business with
such a
you.
nice guy, but he was also like a psychopath. because
like
you
the
know
most soulless
train.
person ever.
Yeah,
Yeah, starts
everybody.
from that,
Yeah,
and it just keeps escalating.
yeah, everybody remembers the train, the whole train episode where what a beautiful heist, and then all of a sudden it's like, excuse me. Also, you see how each character reacts. Jesse's all sad and like upset. Walt's like, well, what needed to be done, and I had to get my hands dirty. And Todd is just
He,
like,
hmm
just taking out the trash.
Walt he did have a moment there where he was thinking, he was like, this
Yeah,
is not good.
he thinks about it for a second, but then he's like,
Yeah.
well, you know. And Jesse's immediately like, no.
He's the only one who has like a genuine, like heartfelt reaction to
Yeah,
that.
yeah. So good. What a show. Genesis, watch it. And then Desunoda will ask you questions.
And then you can steal his thunder before he asks me.
No, I wouldn't do that. Only the scum of the earth would do that.
Of course. How could I ever suspect you would do something like that? I'm so sorry. I'm glad you guys are liking, all that. We're really helping out Adam in this section of the podcast because Adam has forever wanted somebody to watch it so he can actually talk about it. But
it's not that I want someone to watch. I want everyone to watch it.
Oh.
Because I honestly think it's the greatest show ever made. And I don't know if Desunoda thinks that. I'm not going to even ask him. I know he liked it. But, like, it is literally the greatest show ever made in my eyes. And the more people I get to see it, I think it's so good that you owe it to yourself to watch it. And if you don't like it, like, hey, that's, opinions differ, that's fine. But, like, I think it's great, and I just want people to experience the greatness that I once experienced. I've always
It's definitely
enjoyed
up there.
Yeah,
it's definitely up there for me.
Yes.
Like Ozark's up there too, and now this show, and Ozark season 4 part 2 is coming out in just about 3 days.
Oh wow, okay.
So we're gonna see how that show ends, because that is the end of the
the ending of shows. That's where it gets a little.
Yeah.
Oh
man. I'm like,
awful.
So excited, but also very sad.
Yeah, dreading it. I get it.
I'm never gonna be able to wait for any more Ozark.
Hell, how do you think I feel? I've been watching Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul since 2008. And by August of this year, after 14 years, the Breaking Bad universe will end. And 14 years, man. 14 years of pure excellence, but also it's ending, and I'm sad.
Yeah, I mean, even like after I'm done, I finished watching the show. There's a void right now.
I'll tell you what.
I think Ozark will fill it for the time being.
Definitely.
But yeah, that's definitely there.
Definitely, Ozark will fill it, and also El Camino, watch that, and then Better Call Saul. I can't recommend it enough because it's more connected to Breaking Bad than you think, and I cannot wait, especially 3 episodes into season 6 of Better Call Saul. I cannot wait to restart Breaking Bad. It's giving me a whole new look at every character in that show. Like I understand things so much more than I ever did. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
It's actually really cool that it pretty much goes all the way back.
Oh, it does.
It like reprises everybody.
It is shocking. Who appears and who does. Like, it is shocking. Like, I don't want to ruin anything, but I'm going to ruin one tiny thing. And you probably won't even know if you watch the show. Next week, there is a character returning. And it's the character who's on drugs, the one who gets the ATM on his head.
Yes.
And, it's him appearing in Better Call Saul before he has a drug addiction.
Oh my god.
Do you even know his name? I don't. Oh my god.
I don't remember his name.
Jump out.
ATM man.
Jump out.
Hey, what are you doing?
But yeah,
Yeah,
that's something that's happening. It's great. It's great. Did you play anything else?
Mm,
Or watch anything else?
yeah, can you not stop? No, I don't think so.
Okay. Side note,
Kidding.
PlayStation's update for VRR is actually out already.
Yeah.
It was part of the last stability update. If you check your PlayStation menu, VRR is already in your video settings. Oddly enough, I have a variable refresh rate TV, and when I click turn on VRR, it says my TV does not support it. Weird. I don't know. I may have to look into that for what exactly is going on with that.
Might have some setting on the TV that you have to switch itself.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to look into it and actually take a look. Maybe I'll have to update the TV as well. I think there was a software update and I didn't do for the TV.
Yeah, I saw a bunch of people were commenting on that thread, asking why it's not working or how.
What the hell are you doing?
Ayan took my controller.
Oh my god! Tell him to stop building. Tell just
Ayan, don't
stop.
build anything. Stop.
Stop. Sit in the chair. Just sit in the chair and look around. Sit in the chair and stop moving. But yeah, sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt the whole who played what. I just figured I'd put that out there because I saw a post on it just now. Adam, you want to finish us off?
Oh yeah. I played. Actually, I just started The Wolf Among Us. Right before this podcast, I was playing that. Started chapter 1.
God. When did you have that installed?
Yeah.
I forgot you were gonna start that.
Yeah, I installed it for when I was trying to get the 100 platinums, and the numbers for that one just didn't work out. But I started that. I just finished chapter 1, or I'm on the last cutscene, and then we had to do this, so I'll finish that. I'm really enjoying it. It's Telltale. It's pretty interesting. I had no idea what it was about. I knew it was about like fables. I didn't know it was like this dark, edgy. A hooker fable was murdered. And the game begins and you stab the woodsman in the head with an axe. But he's not dead because it takes a little bit more to kill them. But the hooker one was beheaded, so that's why she's dead. So investigating that. Also I platinumed Lawn Mowing Simulator, so number 106.
Nice. There you go. Congratulations.
Thanks. But yeah, that's all I played.
Congrats.
I've just been watching shows mostly. Trying to finish Hannibal so I can start up Mr. Robot, but I kind of feel like watching a comedy. I gotta figure out what the hell I'm gonna watch though. I don't know. We'll figure it out. So I got like 5 episodes left of Hannibal. I hate it.
Cool. Oh, you don't like Hannibal?
The first season and the second season I liked. It had its weird moments, but I liked what I was watching. And the last season is like, it's like they thought they were getting canceled, like halfway through the season, and then they were like, it needs to keep going. But also, it's based on books, so I think I just don't like the actual plot line of it.
Okay.
Some characters were letting other characters get away with things that they wouldn't have let them get away with in season 1 or 2, and the growth of each character is not well demonstrated. In Breaking Bad, for example, or Better Call Saul, you could tell exactly what a character could do if you think it through as that character, because you know who the characters are. In this show, I have literally no idea why anybody's doing anything the way they're doing it, other than the things they say. And I'm like, this is stupid. But also, I still kind of enjoy it, but I'm hate watching it currently. And then Better Call Saul, I've been watching. Barry just started back up. It's a comedy on HBO about a hitman. Season 3, episode 1 was fantastic. And then I watched Russian Doll season 2. I don't know if anybody else watches that. That's really good. It's kind of like Groundhog Day, but modern New York woman going through Groundhog Day. It's the first season, and then season 2's time travel stuff. It's pretty good. It's cool. It's trippy, but it's cool. Finish that season in a day. 8 episodes, half hour each.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I actually had one more thing too.
Yeah, go ahead.
So there's this super over-the-top, fun, action-packed Japanese fighting movie series on Netflix called High or Low. I don't know if anybody's heard of it, but
Is it live action?
yeah,
Oh.
yeah, and I'm pretty sure it's based on an actual manga, and it's like watching like a live action anime, but everything's done really well, and it all just flows, and it's like it it has some really cool cinematography for one, um, and the fighting is like there's just so much going on. It's so chaotic because there's like at least maybe 100 or maybe like 200 people at most fighting on the screen at one time, and they're just zooming into little areas in the fights that happen. But it's basically like there's these like 5 groups of people in that area of Japan, um, and they all have their like unique characteristics. Like one only wears white and they protect women, and they're named the White Rascals. One of them, they have their own like this big nightclub thing, and they party every day, and they're called the Funk Jungle.
How many of these are there?
The movies themselves.
Yeah.
I think there's 5 in total right now. I think they're making another one.
What the hell?
Yeah, you should. I think you would enjoy it, Adam.
Yeah, I already looked it up on Netflix. And I see 7 things.
Yeah.
It looks like some of them are
There's
spin-offs.
like one that's so there's one that's like one that's not numbered. It's High and Low Red Rain. That's like the second movie you have to watch.
Okay.
And then 2, and then 3, and then the
Was
worst.
High and Low the movie? Is that the first one?
Yeah, that's the first one.
Okay, yeah, I see the worst. I see High and Low the movie 2, End of Sky. I also see Road to High and Low.
Which I think is like a making of or something.
Yeah.
I'm not sure exactly what that was. I'll check.
DTC from High and Low. What the
Yeah, then there's like a side movie too, which I haven't seen that one either.
Yeah, I'll have to look into these.
Yeah, it's really like fun, like over the top action stuff, and there's like it's all just fighting. There's no like, there's not very many guns involved. It's usually just like fist fighting, taking shit, throwing it at people, using chairs, using pallets, and it's pretty good.
Wow, they made a bunch of these real quick too.
Yeah.
What the?
And there's so many people in the movie. I'm like, how do they get all these people rallied up to go and fight each other in each movie?
What the hell? Can't wait. All right, yeah, I added the first one to my list. I'll check that out.
Yeah.
You sold me. Sounds interesting enough. Also, there's 80 of them, so.
I watched the first one and the Red Rain so far.
Okay.
And I watched the worst, but that was before I knew there was like an order to watch the movies.
Yeah.
So I'll have to probably just watch that again.
Alright, cool.
Okay. Kevin, I believe you have a new segment this week.
I do.
You want to start it off for us, please?
Sure. So, real quick though, fun fact, apparently Bethesda's launcher is going to be no more. So, you can pick up a bunch of shit on Steam for free right now.
Yeah.
Wolfenstein Enemy Territory is one of them.
Yeah. They were free on their launcher. They just migrated them to Steam. They're now free there.
I did not realize Wolfenstein Enemy Territory had a playable version for modern computers, although it still doesn't run great because it's really not meant to run on this hardware. So, you know,
Probably not.
Should remaster this game. Just saying. Anyway, yeah. So new segment. Um, basically, here, hold on, let me stop playing so I can pay attention. All right. So there have been a lot of like things that happen in the gaming world where people will claim that something has revolutionized a certain genre, or like it's done just something that nobody else has done before, or blah blah blah. Games basically have their own sort of claims to fame,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna basically try to jump in on one of them and see if it's legit, as far as I'm concerned anyway, and offer some insight into it, some proof, whether it is true, it isn't true, whatever. And maybe it's one where we get a little bit of a heated discussion going on between the whole panel. I don't know,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but the first thing that I thought of, because this was a big thing when I was going to school, was Halo revolutionized first-person shooters. And this is Halo Combat Evolved, the first game. And just in case people are like, no, Halo 2 revolutionized it more. Don't worry, we'll talk about both. So, yeah, Halo revolutionized first-person shooters. So, when this became like the thing to talk about, while I was going to school, the general consensus was that like a good chunk of people were like, oh yeah, man, revolutionized it. It's so great. There's like so few shooters that are quite as good as Halo and blah blah blah. And then there's another chunk of people, the crowd I was part of, where I was like, I didn't anything. What are you talking about? But now, older, non-dumb Kevin, looking at it, got a few things to say about it. Did Halo revolutionize the first-person shooter as a whole? Not so much. Game mechanics wise, pretty much it did. I can't think of any other shooters up to the time where there was a lot more emphasis on you getting the first shot and remaining accurate. It wasn't really much of a thing in the first Halo. You could still come back from firefights you were losing, mostly because of the Magnum. But in Halo 2, it was more about, especially after it got updated, it was more about getting the first shot and keeping someone A in your line of fire, and they don't like duck behind something and try to regen their shields. B, keep on hitting. Not necessarily. You don't have to necessarily keep on hitting their head. You just have to hit their head after their shields drop, because no matter where you shoot them, you do the same amount of damage to the shields. But once shields drop, you want to get those headshots, because then you do more damage to their actual health. An interesting mechanic. I hate it, but an interesting mechanic. So, as a whole, across all first-person shooters, the game mechanics were kind of revolutionary, I guess. But like anything else that Halo did, not so much. Unless you look at this from a console standpoint, a console alone standpoint. In which case, Halo revolutionized a ton of stuff about first-person shooters on consoles. Because before that, arguably the only shooters that anybody really cared about, GoldenEye 64 and Perfect Dark 64. You had your occasional people who were like, oh man, Time Splitters. Also a great game. But mostly GoldenEye and Perfect Dark were where it was at, for especially like multiplayer side. So those games had your 4-player multiplayer. There might have been ways to do some sort of networking and get more. I don't believe Nintendo did that though. But they have a lot of like weird peripherals that sometimes you never hear of, so I'm not gonna like throw that out there. Because the original NES apparently had the capability to play 4-player games if you got a specific peripheral, which I never knew existed. I knew there was one for Super Nintendo, but apparently there was also one for the NES.
There's a lot of peripherals for Nintendo
There's
consoles
a
that
lot of
nobody
things
has an idea about.
exactly like
The
Nintendo.
GameCube had like 3
Yeah.
serial ports on the bottom that nobody
Yep.
knew what they were for.
Yeah, The only one I know of was what you call it, the Game Boy Advance
Mm-hmm.
thing that plugged in the bottom.
The
Yeah,
Game Boy player, yeah.
yeah. Um, but yeah, so Nintendo, they like to keep all their peripherals under wraps for some reason. So I'm not gonna throw out like completely that there might have been more than 4-player multiplayer on the N64, but it was definitely not commonplace. So now Halo comes out, and you still have the 4-player split screen like you would normally have, but you also have networking capabilities. You can go up to 16 people, but you can only network 4 consoles together. It wasn't until Halo 2 where you can network a lot more consoles together. Um, but now you have 16 players, unheard of. PC side, that's nothing. But consoles, you never had that. And since
Well,
you have the
yeah.
capability to network consoles together, and PC gaming had come along a decent chunk of the way technology-wise, you had stuff that enabled you to spoof a physical connection between two things that were connected to the internet through, at the time, XBC or Xbox Connect. So even though Halo didn't have online play, you were technically able to trick the console into playing online with other people. It was laggy as hell, but you were able to do it. Some people who had like business grade or like school grade connections, though, if they hosted it, oh, that run real well. Um, so that was online multiplayer before that was even officially a thing in Halo. Halo 2 does add online multiplayer for up to 16 players.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so in that, especially in that regard, totally revolutionized games. But now the single player side of things as well. Again, PC, tons of shooters. You had Deus Ex that already came out, great story-based game, RPG mechanics, all kinds of stuff. You had the whole Half-Life series was out before Halo came out. Um, I don't remember if I think Halo 2 or Halo 2, Half-Life 2 came after both Halo 1 and 2, but I'm not 100% on that. But not all that relevant. The point is you had good story based first person shooters on PC already. Consoles, not so much. Again, GoldenEye, Perfect Dark. Time Splitters, arguably better. Um, you had like Turok. It was a lot of you versus the world, or it was like okay, James Bond, based off of like movies, and really there's not. It follows GoldenEye the movie, but like people already saw GoldenEye the movie. Um, Perfect Dark, I guess, had its own original story, but that was kind of all over the place and not really all that grand, in my opinion. Halo comes along, has a storyline, and it's like, oh my god, this is like playing a movie in like every sense. Had a really good storyline, pretty damn decent script that kind of falls apart as more and more games come out, as far as I'm concerned. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Even Halo 2 had an enjoyable, good campaign experience. I have no idea where the story went with Halo 2, but it's okay. That's not question. That's not being called into question right now. But it's interesting because looking back at it, yeah, I was mostly PC gaming at the time, playing like Counter Strike and things. People are like, "Oh, Halo revolutionized first-person shooters," and I'm like, "Huh? No. Why? Why would you think this?" But then, if you look at it from like just console side, especially, no, actually, it made huge strides in first-person shooters because, like I said, I can't really think of anything that had above 4-player capabilities on consoles up until Xbox comes along and launches that because I don't even think PlayStation had it. PlayStation was doing a lot more platformers and adventure games, and not really much in the shooter department.
Mm-hmm.
The only FPS I can remember from PlayStation was like Time Splitters became a thing on that. I think that's it. Because
Back
the
in the
original,
day, first-person shooters on PlayStation, I don't think were
yeah,
crazy.
and
Weren't even a
part of
thing,
that was
actually.
right, and part of that is because when you think back to the original PlayStation, there were no analog sticks on that until Ape Escape drops. It was just a
Mm-hmm.
D-pad. And that was part
Hmm.
of the problem with first-person shooters on consoles. Was the only one that really had a joystick early in its development and was
Xbox.
planned to have one was the N64, before Xbox.
Oh,
N64
before
had
Xbox.
one analog stick.
Oh, I always
Um,
forget it has one analog stick.
yep, it was the weirdest controller design, but whatever. Um, but there were Doom actually existed on Super Nintendo. Played like shit because all you had is a D-pad. um, but I mean, yeah, the not only did Halo revolutionize first-person shooters, but really the Xbox as a whole, coming out with both analog sticks and then coming out with a control scheme that really does work out for a first-person shooter title, and they just pushed everything in the correct direction for FPS. Now, would it already have gotten there? Sure, probably, but Halo legitimately has that claim to fame, I think now. So looking back, no, I was very short-sighted, and I think that no, Halo actually did revolutionize first-person shooters a lot when that dropped on Xbox. And there you go. That's it. Short and sweet segment.
I like the segment actually. Is it going to be a different thing every week? Like this game revolutionized this genre every week?
If I can find things to talk about, or if people could suggest things, sure. um, I didn't really talk about Halo 2. So Halo 2 came out. Um, like I said, then you can network together more than 4 Xboxes. I forget if there was a high end of how many you could hook together. I know it was at least 8 because we had a Halo party for Halo 2 launch, and there were 8 Xboxes actually networked together for that one. Um, we were playing 16 player. Um, that was super fun. That game was great on release. I hated it when they started updating the game because they just kept pushing it into a more and more like competitive state, and I wasn't really a huge fan of the mechanics that they kept
Mm-hmm.
wanting to push because it basically became um, battle rifle, plasma pistol, charge a plasma pistol, hit somebody with it, switch to battle rifle, headshot. Or then you had things like BXB and BXR, where if someone comes up close to you, you melee, hit the reload button, X by default, to cancel the reload animation, and then pull the trigger or melee again. You can get a second melee in, or you can shoot right away. Um, and I don't know, it works. Don't get me wrong. This is a me thing. I don't like the mechanics of Halo 2 Gaslight version 1.2, I guess I think it was, or something like that. It was when it started to get really competitive. Um, but the people who like that style of game, there is nothing like it. There to this day, there is still nothing really like Halo. Um, Splitgate Arena is kind of in the Halo wheelhouse, but it plays more like a Quake than it plays a Halo. Um, Halo is just it's really a super competitive and very much everyone is on an incredibly even playing ground, and it comes down not really to. I mean, Twitch shooting skill is definitely a thing, but it's actually more knowledge of the game and maps before anything else. Because if you know where to sit, if you know how to like move from point A to point B on a map, you're gonna just dominate everybody. Because even if someone starts to shoot you first, you will probably have somewhere you can duck into, and then take the upper hand away from them. Um, so yeah, it's the neat series for sure. Halo Infinite, I don't know how that's going to be received. I played it a little bit. It's slightly the same and slightly different. Um, I don't think player counts have been all that grand for Halo Infinite's multiplayer. But I could be way off. I don't know. Um,
I haven't really paid attention to what the
I
player
know that
counts look
there's
like.
no one watching it being streamed. I know that. So, but nobody really watches Halo unless it's a tournament. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, both games they really did do a great job pushing the envelope with first-person shooter single player experiences and multiplayer as a whole across like the entire board. The architecture that goes in behind the scenes, game mechanics, actual number of players, adding an online or some sort of connectivity, all that great stuff. Bravo.
All right, I actually have a couple things to say.
All right.
You asked. You can link up to 4 consoles of the original Xbox and 16 consoles of the 360. So you can link them. Yeah, apparently they don't recommend doing it, but that's the limit they set on their website.
LAN? You're making a LAN party at that point? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, you can literally link 16 Xbox 360 consoles together.
How do you do that? Do you just connect them via Ethernet cords?
Yeah, you can connect 2 consoles together and then Ethernet and then what? Yeah, the little LAN parties. So that also Half-Life 2 came out November 16th, 2004. Halo 2 came out November 9th, 2004. So Half-Life 2 came out after. Yeah, it still came out after Halo 1 and Halo 2, already way in development. I think revolutionize is a good word, but I think the better word is modernized. The first-person shooter, because I remember back in the day, and I think not long ago for like one of the quizzes, I just read a bunch of Halo stuff, and everything I read said Halo was the first modern first-person shooter because it was much smoother than what was considered the best first-person shooter before that, which was GoldenEye. It was much smoother than that. It had vehicles you could play around with. Yeah, it had all that, and then of course the online stuff that you mentioned. Even though it's not really online for the first Halo, but yeah, no,
it wasn't. But like there was.
Yeah, it wasn't official.
You're good at looking stuff up. Was Halo Combat Evolved 60 frames on console?
I honestly have no idea. I can literally just type
Halo. Was part of the reason why GoldenEye and Perfect Dark were so weird to play, especially now. If you go back and play those games now, your eyes are gonna hate you. You would be surprised at how blurry.
16 to 20 frames per second.
Yeah, the frame rate on those is so bad that everything is actually really blurry. If you haven't experienced that, and you have a means to, check that out. It's real fun.
Oh, looks like it's locked at 30.
Oh, okay. Even that is smoother than. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like 16 or 20 maybe for GoldenEye and Perfect Dark.
Did they remake GoldenEye on the Wii or the Switch or something like that? Didn't they do that?
They didn't exactly.
Yeah, it's like a partial remake. It's weird. It's very weird.
It was a partial remake of sorts. The same single-player-ish progression. I think there's a few differences in progression of the single-player is there, but the mission objectives are wildly different. Rather than the multiplayer isn't even close to how GoldenEye 64 was. But I did play it. I liked it. I thought the controls were actually really good for what the Wii had on offer for first-person shooters. I liked both the Wii GoldenEye and Call of Duty 3, I think it was, on Wii? Or was it a Medal of Honor game? Oh god, I don't remember.
Probably a Medal of Honor or Call of Duty 3, one of the two. I remember Call of Duty 3 was garbage on the Wii.
I didn't mind the controls. The gameplay, not so great, but the controls worked out. Unless it wasn't I don't know. Whatever game it was, you had to like actually turn the AA gun like wheels in order to fire it and pull the lever back. It wasn't just like use control stick, click trigger. So that was kind of cool. Of course, if you don't know how those work, it did not explain it very well. So military nut Kevin might have had more fun than most people.
I just remember Call of Duty 3 coming on everything.
Yeah.
Because it was on like Wii, the 360, the PS2, the original Xbox, the PlayStation 3. It was literally on The only thing it wasn't on was the PlayStation 1 and the GameCube.
How was it on the Xbox, the original Xbox?
Bad, probably.
Oh my god, I can't imagine. I think it was on DS as well.
It came to a lot of things.
And PSP, I think? Or Vita, one of the two?
I don't remember PSP. Now, it came out in 2006? Yeah, a year after Batman Begins.
Was it really not until PS2 that PlayStation really bothered with first-person shooters. Is that really true?
Yeah, I mean, you had, yeah, well, there weren't really they didn't really care. That's not what,
Yeah.
they were a Japanese company, and that's not what the Japanese audience wanted.
That's fair. Good point.
Yeah.
Good point. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, the first person shooter that
I sat here trying to figure out like what other games were on consoles. I'm like, was it really just GoldenEye?
Time Splitters 2.
Time Splitters 2, but I think that wasn't before Halo.
No, that came out a year after Halo.
Yeah. Time Splitters 2 was real good. That was a great multiplayer game. That was like almost like a revival of GoldenEye and Perfect Dark.
The only other shooter that's not even first person is SOCOM. That's really what PlayStation.
Which that was a PS. Yeah, that was PS2. Yeah. That was PlayStation's shooter. Siphon Filter was
why
more
did
of
you
an
just
action.
repeat everything I just said?
Siphon Filter was a thing eventually.
What? I didn't. I
The first
repeat it.
Killzone was on PS3, right?
Siphon Filter was.
First Resistance.
That was PS3.
3.
That was PS.
That was PS3. Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Resistance was a launch game for the PS3, or supposed to be. I think it came out like a year after. I don't remember.
What about Killzone on PS2?
Killzone was on PS2. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a first-person shooter.
Yeah. But again, not PlayStation 1.
Wow.
I don't. Yeah.
I mean, it had Doom.
That's true. Yeah.
It had like all those. It had like all the classics on PS1, but like that's not what you bought that for.
Were there any Call of Duties on PS1?
No.
None, right?
I would assume not.
Call of Duty didn't hit consoles until Xbox and PS2 and GameCube.
Okay. I don't know why I feel like there was a very old one in there, but that's my bad.
We've become so accustomed to first-person shooters. This is the weird thing about when I was thinking about this, because I'm like, is that actually right? Like I said, like GoldenEye and Perfect Dark were it. There wasn't really much else. There were a lot of classics that had already hit PC, for sure, but those aren't revolutionizing anything. They already happened.
Call of Duty 1 came out in 2003, by the way.
But that was
I don't think that hit consoles.
That was PC.
Yeah, that's after the PS1 too, like way after.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
That's crazy.
But yeah, it's wild to think about it. So, like, yeah, if you're coming at that question from PC gaming, sure, there's a lot of first-person shooters out there for you, and maybe Halo doesn't really revolutionize anything, but console side, they push the envelope, and they push it hard.
Yeah. I played Call of Duty 1 on PS3. Fun fact.
Oh, nice.
Got the platinum for it. It's called Call of Duty Classic Edition or whatever.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Good job getting the platinum.
Nice.
Thank you. Yeah, no, veteran difficulty sucked.
Is that the one with the grenades spawning all over the place?
That's the one where as soon as you kill the people behind you, guess what? You were killed by the people behind you.
Wait,
so, yeah, no, yeah, I know. Yeah, you kill the people behind you, and then you're killed by the people behind you. You're like, how was I killed? And you're like, oh, somebody's behind me. Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, Call of Duty Classic is the one where, well, correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't know if I played it briefly on the console. I don't think they changed anything from Call of Duty 1, though. You start out in the Russian campaign, and if you don't crouch when they tell you to get down, you're just gunned down by a plane that flies by and shoots you on the ship.
On veteran difficulty, if you don't crouch, you die. If you crouch, you die. If you see an enemy, you die. If you don't see an enemy, you die. It wasn't so much. I still think of Call of Duty 1 as an on-rail shooter on veteran because you literally had to find the specific path where you didn't die. There was a lot of moments where I was trying to look it up, and people were like, I got this far, and I just stopped because I didn't like it. And I was like, I'm like 3 trophies away. I can't back down. So
I
yeah.
didn't play Call of Duty 1 on veteran. The first one that I played on veteran was Call of Duty 2.
Now you gotta get that platy, Kevin. Gotta get that platy.
No, I'm not getting that platy.
I got it.
I played veteran on there.
Congratulations.
Well, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something that was the most disappointing thing of my life. After I got that platinum, some random YouTuber, I don't know if you know him, his name is PowerPix. one of his first videos he uploaded, it was how to get the platinum and or how to beat the game on veteran difficulty using saves like that you can find online. And I was like, you son of a bitch. If I waited like 3 weeks, I could have just easily done.
Yep.
But no. Literally spent 2 weeks going through that whole game. Like, is it this
have-
way? No, it's not that way. Okay, what about this way? Over by 1 foot? Nope. But I died slower. Let's try another foot. Ooh, too far. Half an inch. Perfect. Okay, next 10 feet. Nope, died there. Start over. That was it. That was literally the game.
You have bragging rights now, though, do it.
No, I don't. Because I tell people, hey, Call of Duty Classic, and they're like, I don't know what that is. You fat fuck. Bad game. Highly recommend it.
Anyway, anybody else got anything for the little segment that I did?
One of the first shooters that I had played on Nintendo 64 was Banjo-Kazooie 2.
What?
Banjo-Kazooie 2 or Banjo-Tooie had a multiplayer mode where you take the bird out of the backpack and you turn it into a gun and you walk and you run around and you play in first person mode in multiplayer. That was the first multiplayer first person shooter that I had ever played on an N64 because I didn't play GoldenEye, I didn't play Perfect Dark.
Yeah.
So I played that, and let me tell you, to aim, it's real difficult. It's not easy. And yeah.
I
We
don't.
were also different colored bears and birds.
Yeah, of course, that makes sense.
Also different characters too. You could actually be a Jinjo and hold like a smaller Jinjo and like shoot out of its ass. It's great.
What?
It's funny. Yeah, it was good.
Wouldn't it be great if we looked this up and it never existed?
No, I believe it.
No, I believe it, but
everything
wouldn't
you
it be
said
great
because
if we looked it up and it never existed?
I was on
That'd
some
be
serious
fantastic.
drugs then.
The reason why I believe it is because Donkey Kong 64 had a similar multiplayer, but I don't think it was shooter mechanics. It was all
No, it
first
wasn't.
person, right?
The only first-person shooter mechanic of it was, I think, Diddy Kong or somebody.
Could
One
aim
of
the
them.
pistols or something, right? Yeah.
You went into like first-person mode, and you'd have to shoot things for like his super move or whatever, like his ultimate. That was what you would use because they all had their own separate ultimates. Diddy Kong, I think, was like going up in the air with using your barrel jetpack, and then you go into first-person mode, and your peanuts are like one-hit KO each person. I think that's what it was. Because I know Chunky Kong, the big dude, was like, he played some bongos or whatever, and he annihilated people. And then the dude with the stretchy arms, he turned into a helicopter, and he would just like helicopter people. And
I really like how you said it like a woman from church who's just so disgusted at what she's seeing. You were like, and he just played his bongos. Like, what the hell? You were like, oh, ew. Like,
Those bongos.
And then Tiny Kong, I think, the girl with the pigtails, I think she... What did she used to do as her ultimate? I can't remember what she did. I think she
What's her
used to
name, Trixie?
sing. No, Trixie is from
No.
Diddy Kong Racing. Tiny Kong is the girl, other girl.
No, you're right. It's Tiny because the other one is from Donkey Kong Country 2.
Mm-hmm. And then Donkey Kong's was he like his muscles get like real big and he punch people, something like that. Like either that or he played some drums really hard. It was one of the two.
Played him so hard.
He played them so hard that people just died. I don't know if we ever actually finished that game, like meaning 100% of it, because there was like some secret ending you could do.
The inside's just liquefied.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The first-person shooter I ever played was 007 Nightfire.
Dude, Nightfire was amazing.
Nightfire was a better GoldenEye, and I will take... When people's nostalgic glasses would be like, GoldenEye is so much better, I'm like, you can't even hit the guy with the hat, alright? You back off. Alright, my guy? Nightfire was better. You could do the laser
There was.
trip wires. Ah, so good. It had some
That's
fun
the one that had
maps.
the. Wait, no. Was it Agent Underfire or Nightfire that had the grappling hook?
I think both had a grappling hook.
Both of them? Okay.
I don't
Well,
remember Agent Underfire having a multiplayer mode.
I thought it did.
It might have. I just don't remember it.
Yeah. No, Nightfire was where it was at.
Nightfire
You
was
guys played the freaking,
amazing.
the ski lift map? Loved
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. You play with somebody else, you each pick your sides, and then you lace them with a bunch of tripwires, and you go to each other's side, and you're like, where are you? And then you just hear somebody dying in the distance, and you're like, I win, and then you explode, and you're like, ah! Oh, it was great. So good. Never played anything on the Nintendo 64.
Cool.
I'm a baby gamer.
Alright. Anybody else got anything for Kevin's segment?
No, I think that was well researched, very enjoyable.
Yeah. Looking forward to
Genesis
next
kind of
week's.
went into a weird church thing later, but that was, I don't know, I'm sure he
I
won't
ain't
do
going to
that.
a church thing. What are you talking about?
Call.
Whatever.
I have no idea what to call this segment, so if anybody has any ideas, message me.
Yeah,
And if
absolutely.
you have any ideas for future ones, message me, because I'm basically out of ideas already, but maybe come up with something.
Anybody who's in the comments, please give Kevin ideas.
Ooh, ideas.
He enjoys ideas.
No idea.
I don't know if anybody else has a topic, but I do want to talk about something here real quick. It's a rumor I want to talk about, but I want to get everybody's opinion on it. I mean,
Oh, hold on. I'll have a quick little thing right here.
yeah,
Overwatch 2 beta. Guess what, guys? It's a shocker. It's more Overwatch. Almost
same.
nothing different. That push mode that everybody was like, oh man, new push mode. Yeah, you wanna know what it is? Instead of pushing a payload from one end of the map to the other, you're essentially pushing a payload from the middle of the map to the other team's side. And
Whoa!
both teams can do this.
10 years, in that episode, you're going to be like, Overwatch 2. When is it coming out? You thought it was going to be a, hey, did it revolutionize joke? No. It's still not out. That was the joke.
Overwatch
But
3,
it's
the canceled
painful.
game.
It's actually painful to watch. I was watching a stream of it for like an hour, and then I just gave up because nobody dies in this game. It's all healing and shields and stuff. And oh my god, you play Gundam Evolution? In the span of time that I was watching, you would have like 180 eliminations. Like the game is just so much better. You can actually kill people. Play Gundam Evolution. Don't play Overwatch 2. Let Blizzard die. Let Blizzard die in a corner. Microsoft made a bad purchase. It's okay.
Good,
We'll move on.
good, excellent.
It's not
Speaking
Blizzard's gonna live.
speaking of purchases, there's a rumor floating around for the last couple of days, or maybe a week or
We
so.
gotta save it. Someone get a life vest.
That was a fucking joke. Save it. Get it a life vest. Apparently, Ubisoft is reportedly up for sale.
I saw this.
This is coming from a couple of different news outlets, including Kotaku and a couple of Twitter posts here and there. Ubisoft being up for sale, since they are an extremely large entity to buy, probably up there with Activision, honestly, in terms of like volume of titles that they have. I just wanted to kind of talk about this for a little bit with the panel before we kind of move on to rumors or a final topic from anybody else here. Anybody have any thoughts on how this would shake up the entire industry if either one of the big two players bought Ubisoft? Would it shake it up? I mean, I think if Xbox stepped in and said, "Hey, bitch ass, we're gonna write you a check, and you're gonna take this check," and they're gonna say, "Oh, thank you, Lord Master Microsoft. Please let me lick your boots because that's all I'm worth, because it's Ubisoft." Honestly speaking, that would be monumental for Xbox. They have the crappiest series in the world, Assassin's Creed. They have the Tom Clancy branding, which is really good at that point for shooters for them. And not that it's doing well now, but give Microsoft some time. I think they can always pour some money and maybe make something good out of it. Not to mention all the other things that they have, Rabbids, Just Dance, all the different, I don't know if I call them sports games, but the
they got some sports games.
Outdoor recreational games, I should say.
Oh, okay. No, that's fair. Sure.
Yeah. I mean, I know I'm missing way more things. Far Cry. There's a lot of things.
Far Cry from a good game. I mean, what?
That Microsoft would end up having that would greatly expand their portfolio, and Game Pass would be this insane behemoth of like just games at that point, because they could easily just say, oh yeah, we're gonna make 90% of Ubisoft titles Xbox exclusive, done. Like, you can only play on the Game Pass. Screw everything else, you're playing them on Game Pass. Do I think that's gonna happen? At this point, I'd probably give it a 50-50 shot as to maybe they might step in, maybe they won't, maybe nobody will buy them, maybe some random company will buy them, maybe not even Microsoft or Sony will buy them. There's, I think, rumors of like some, not Tencent, not Vivendi either. There was somebody else who was eyeing them.
Blackstone Inc.
That's who. There you go. Thank you,
KKR and Co.
There are other people eyeing them up, but for the sake of our podcast, I just wanted to throw this out of the panel. But I gave my opinion. Kind of want to hear everybody else.
So Ubisoft is gigantic and has numerous studios across the globe.
Everywhere, yeah.
I swear there's legal shit that goes on where you can't. Nobody could legally buy the entirety of Ubisoft, but I have no idea. So I feel like if anybody's gonna buy into Ubisoft, they're almost gonna pick and choose studios. And the way that Ubisoft, as far as I'm aware anyway, the way that Ubisoft develops games, it really is like certain studios are known for certain series or certain types of games.
Yeah.
So I could definitely actually see Microsoft buying their bits, Sony comes in, buys their bits, and Nintendo even buys theirs. Because I don't think Nintendo wants Mario and the Rabbids and stuff like that to go anywhere. Why would they want that? So
Nintendo just buying the Rabbids and that's it.
Out. Like, not pieced out. It's gonna get like bought piecemeal by a little bit of everybody.
Ubisoft just would probably cease to exist. They'd buy the IPs and call it a day for Ubisoft as a company, maybe.
Maybe. I honestly have no idea why they're up for sale in the first place. Like, maybe they're doing bad. I don't know. I don't really follow their financials or anything. It was kind of shocking to see that, like, oh yeah, they're up for sale, and I was like, wait, is this the thing that everybody's rumoring that PlayStation's just gonna buy the entirety of Ubisoft? I don't think that's possible.
I don't think that's possible from PlayStation. I mean, who knows? I mean, their net worth is good at this point. They're very good spot with their net worth and their revenue and what they have in the bank.
PlayStation is just by Tencent. I mean,
that's a huge. Yeah, I think they're way too big for PlayStation to buy.
I'm surprised,
that's huge.
That there's people saying that Tencent isn't interested in any part of Ubisoft, though. For real, because they've been buying up a whole bunch of shit.
They have. I did see that. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, that's really all Tencent does.
Is buy pieces of companies as much as they can. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see where this goes. I don't think we're gonna know until like October at the earliest. But maybe I'm
probably given the scale of this thing, yeah.
But I would have to imagine that, like, if they're gonna just be bought piecemeal by multiple entities, that it's just gonna take that much longer for us to really know the true extent of what's going on here. So it might even go into next year. Who knows? That's all I got.
Okay. Adam?
It's perfect. It's literally perfect for Xbox to buy them. Bunch of IPs, bad reputation. Is still doing well enough though. So I don't think they would buy them. That's literally not what the rumor is though, as Genesis mentioned. Literally, two private financial companies approached Ubisoft and were like, "Hey, we're interested in buying you," and Ubisoft was like, "Hey, we don't want to be bought, but like, if you bought us, we'd be like the best." So it sounds like they're trying to get somebody else to buy them. I don't know. I don't really care. I wouldn't be surprised if they just both make really large investments in it and they have like a co-ownership. Also, I don't think it would change anything.
Okay.
Didn't know
But-
private company's interested. All right.
Yeah, that's the
But,
Blackstone and the KRC or whatever.
Nothing to me.
Yeah.
That,
But
well,
also,
that's
I know
what those are.
Blackstone.
Got it.
As per the question though, you said Microsoft, you could see them buying it because it's perfect just for them to.
I
perfect
can
prime
see
position.
why. I could see them buying it, like, in a lot of ways they fit into it, but I don't see them buying it. I don't see Ubisoft selling to either Microsoft or Sony anytime soon.
Right.
I don't see Xbox actually making a bid for it. They're trying to get the Activision thing passed. I don't think they would automatically be like, "Hey, let's also buy Ubisoft." The timing just wouldn't work out. I still don't think Microsoft is going to announce a big acquisition during the finalization of the Activision deal because they're still being investigated about it. So
Yeah,
it would be
they'll
a
announce
pain.
smaller ones. They'll announce.
Yeah. I don't even know if smaller ones will come out. I think they'll just take their time with it. I think Phil Spencer's smart. He's not in a rush. He knows that now he has enough studios to pump out games, and he just has to pump out those games. I think they'll still be working to acquire, as there was a story about how they just hired somebody to head their acquisitions
Acquisition
department. Yeah,
Mm.
like, of course, yeah, they're buying it. Of course, everybody's expanding. Video game industry is growing as always, and also consolidating in places. But like, I don't see anybody buying it. Sony probably could pay the $4 to $7 billion to $15 billion they overpay for everything. They could probably afford it. They bought Bungie for almost $4 billion, so it's possible.
I feel like Ubisoft's way bigger than that though. They're worth way more.
Well, they're
I think,
worth
right?
$4 to $7 billion, and Sony usually pays way over what things are worth. Microsoft will usually pay around what they're worth, a little bit over, a little bit under, sometimes a lot under.
They're
that's-
just picking them up when they're lowest. That's why they pay a lot
Yeah,
less.
they
I'm assuming,
wait
right?
for that because
Yeah.
even though they have trillions of dollars, they try to still get it on a deal because they know what they're doing. Sony will try to buy a company in its prime, and they may overpay, but Sony has the history of growing that company even more into bigger and better things. Like,
Yep.
they bought Insomniac for pretty cheap at the time, and now Insomniac by itself could be worth billions.
Oh my God, yes.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't see Microsoft or Sony buying them. Again, the way the last couple of years with acquisitions have been going, if I woke up tomorrow and it was bought by Nintendo, I'd be like, yeah, okay, sure.
I could see Nintendo also buying
I
it.
can't.
That's-
I literally can't see any of the big three buying it, but if I woke up tomorrow and it happened, I'm not shocked. But I still can't see it. It's a weird place to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kevin, you texted me and you're like, is this what Sony's buying? And I was like, no, probably not. Like, Sony's definitely buying something big but small, so it's probably not
Then-
Ubisoft.
then in a
In
week,
regards
it gets
to...
announced.
Yeah, like, it's fine.
If,
Like-
if this thing is actually gonna like break the internet, I think Sony bought Steam. That also impacts
Oh,
the
God.
developers.
That would totally...
Because
It wouldn't even...
then-
They can't buy it, though.
How big is Steam?
The answer is they can't buy it.
Okay. All right. Okay.
That's how big
I'll go
Steam
with-
is.
I'll go with that
Because
answer.
like the thing is, if Sony's looking to release stuff to PC anyways, there's your avenue. You're also competing with Epic Game Store unless they buy that instead.
Well, they've invested another $1 billion into Epic, and they partner with Steam and Epic to release their games, and there now has been talk of them and maybe investing into a launcher. But they like also using Steam and Epic, so they can do whatever they want. They don't need to buy those things.
By Netflix. I mean what?
Microsoft, I could see Microsoft picking up Netflix and saying, "Hey, we're gonna buy."
Yes.
I
Just for the
I
hell of it,
hate
we're
you.
gonna buy it.
Because if that happens now, we have to be like, Genesis called it. Because out of any of the streaming platforms, 100% that's who Microsoft would buy.
Yeah.
All right, well, I call
They
it.
gained 500,000 subscribers, but they also lost 200,000 because of Russia, and like they went
thinking another
woke
2
according to
million.
Elon Musk. The numbers make no sense.
Yeah, I think another 2 million are gonna leave, but then I don't know how that makes sense either.
Xbox Game Pass, and they just have
That would
Entertainment Pass.
that would be. I mean, that's direct.
Well, they already do that kind of with Disney Plus, don't they? They have like a deal with them.
No, that's Verizon does have a Disney Plus, not.
I thought Game Pass and Disney Plus had something as well.
If you bought Game Pass, I think you got like a month of Disney Plus or 3 months, something like that. It's just a trial thing. I think Disney had some marketing rights with or marketing deal with Xbox. That's all. Because at one point, same thing was with Sony. If you bought PlayStation Plus, you got a certain amount of months of Disney Plus. Yeah. Another interesting one too. This was another thing that came up maybe a week or two ago. But this.
Are we in rumors?
No. It's just things I'm talking about. I'm not. I will get to rumors.
Can we not?
Oh, Adam seems to have a topic, but finish.
Adam has a topic, and everyone should know about it because I told two of you except Desunoto.
I apologize. Adam, please go ahead.
I'll tell you what. I wanted to interrupt, but I'm not Kevin last week. You asked, hey, does anybody have a topic? Because I have some things to go over. And then you immediately went into things you wanted to go over. And I was like, what? Okay, never mind. We're going to keep going. And went into all this.
No, you're good. You can go. I can hold on to rumors. That's not a problem.
Do you even know what we're doing? Kevin knows.
Yeah, we got to rate May games.
There you go. See, Justin Oda didn't know. I had to announce it to him, so I had you do it. Because I know you like taking my announcements. All right.
Oh, fuck.
It's not midnight yet. Stop swearing. All right. Evil Dead the game. This one's kind of weird because we already rated it because then it was delayed. Kevin, you still here? Did you walk away? Are you dead?
Oh, Kevin's dead.
Somebody always walks away when it comes to this. It's usually you, Deathnote. I don't know why you're laughing. Somebody always walks away. All right. Evil Dead the game. Genesis, you gave it a 72. Deathnote, you gave it a 60. Kevin gave it a 61. Consolidarity, he gave it a 71, and I gave it a 69. Does anybody want to change their score for Evil Dead the game?
70.
Okay. Deathnote, you good with your 60?
Yeah.
Kevin, you good with your 61? Consolidarity's good with his 71, and I'm good with my 69. So, comes out May 13th, so there's still some time. All right, next game. Salt and Sacrifice. Well, I'll wait till Kevin gets back to do that one, because that's his game. He's excited. So we'll do Sniper Elite 5. Desunoto.
This is coming out? Oh, God, I didn't realize.
Yeah, May 26th.
It's crazy.
Actually, I'll give you time to think about that. Kevin, your score for Evil Dead the game was 61. Do you want to keep that or do you want to change that? Because remember, we rated it and then it got delayed. So I kept the scores. All right, so Kevin, you're going to go first for Salt and Sacrifice.
Oh, Salt and Sacrifice 2 is in May? Oh, fuck.
It's 11:55. Why do we keep swearing? What's going on?
You started it, you son of a bitch.
I didn't swear.
Oh, that's right. It's just Salt and Sacrifice, not 2.
Yeah, it's fine. We know what you're talking about.
Oof.
Consolidarity, he gave it an 84. I already got his scores because he's not on, so he went first and everything.
That jerk. All right.
I mean, you can literally go 1 point around that if you want.
I know. I'm gonna go 92.
92. Damn, 92. That's Desunoto's spot, not Kevin's. Let me delete that. Desunoto, since I actually wrote in your spot. What do you want it to be now? Salt and Sacrifice.
Rip.
No, you were correct. I just clicked wrong.
You clicked in the wrong spot, not
Got it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I wanted you to go first on this one, Kevin. Salt and Sacrifice is a sequel to that one game that Kevin likes.
Salt
Sanctuary.
Sanctuary.
Thank you,
What is the
Genesis, for
first game
answering.
you
For
get? Where'd
Kevin.
my phone go? Yeah, rip.
I'll tell you in a second.
88.
88. It got an 84, the first game.
Ooh, not bad. All right.
Genesis. What do you want to give it?
89.
89. Wow. Everyone's so positive. I'm going to go a solid 86. Because I believe. Alright. Destino, you're first for Sniper Elite 5. What do you want? Genesis and I played Sniper Elite 4. We only have great things to say about it. Genesis, shut up. I'm trying to win.
80.
8? That's safe. That's safe. Genesis, we played. That game sucked. It was fun, but it sucked.
First of all, hold on. Let me correct you, Mr. I'm Never Wrong. I did not play Sniper Elite 4 with you.
Yeah, you did.
Zombie Army 4 with you.
Oh,
and
yeah,
you played
whatever.
Sniper Elite 4 with Consolidarity Tax.
What?
Whatever
What the hell was the last part for?
Consolidation Tax. You paid.
Consolidarity. That's it. Consolidarity.
No, he's Consolidation Tax now.
That's a different name. That's for another week. I'm wasted.
Okay.
Genesis, what do you want to give Sniper Elite 5 since you love the other game?
It's fun. It sucked though. Yes, you're right. It sucked, but it was fun. I will give you that. You were right about that. 72.
Okay. Kevin? Sniper Elite 5.
Oh, man.
So far the scores are 78, 80, and 72.
Sniper Elite games. Man, I'm surprised that series is still going on. Sniper Elite 4 was alright.
77.
3 was better, in my opinion. And did they miss the boat here?
Sniper Elite 3 was 67. Fun fact.
Interesting. I liked it more. 71.
71. Alright, I'll give it save 75, hot diggity dog. Alright. We'll go 2 Point Campus. Consolidarity gave this an 82. I'm gonna give it an 84. Genesis.
80.
Desunoto.
2 Point Campus.
That's not a score.
Let's say
2 points pretty low, but
you hear of 2 Point Hospital?
Oh.
It's that, but a school campus now. Except the classes are like magic and archaeology and
84.
I literally just said 84.
Oh.
You know what? I'll give you the 84. I'll go to 83.
Oh. Are you sure?
Yeah, that's fine. Because the previous game has an 83, so why not? Alright, Kevin walked away, or muted himself.
Okay.
Well, you muted. You lied. Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me. You're not
Because I
here.
was eating.
2 Point Campus. What's your score?
87.
87. I believe in you, Kevin. I believe. Alright. Genesis. Trek to Yomi.
Oh. 90.
90. Oh, damn. I hope. Kevin, Trek to Yomi.
This is going to get me in trouble, but I don't care. 75.
Kevin, I actually already wrote 75 before when you said this is going to get me in trouble. I typed 75 for you, and then right when you said 75, I hit enter. Kevin, right when you said it, I was like, he's going to say 70 something. 75's got to be 75, and then I was like, ha ha! I'm going to give it. I want it. Consolidarity. He gave it an 88, and I want it to be an 88, but I think it's not going to be an 88. I think it's going to be similar to Sifu and Tina. I'm going to give it an 80. Desunoto.
84.
84. Okay. And then the last game, Vampire the Masquerade Swan Song. Kevin gets to go first on this one. Lucky him.
Oh, great. I don't even know what this is. 78.
78. Great. The other Vampire the Masquerade, you gave a 68. So.
That's a battle royale.
Also, that game comes out today. Still no reviews for it.
What, Blood Hunt?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Genesis.
65.
65. Me. Oh, God. I'm going to give it... I gave the other one a 69. I'm giving this one a 69. Go big, go home, baby. Desunoto. Vampire Masquerade Swan Song.
Hmm. Uh, 68.
68. I will accept that score. Alright. Anybody have any issues with any of the games you scored? Anything you want to change? Anything to go back to?
No.
Alright, and an update, April's been a pretty slow month. We really only had like 3 or 4 games. Currently, the standings are, I'm not giving points anymore until the very end. The standings are, Desunoto is in first, I am in second, Genesis is in third, Kevin's in fourth, and Consolidarity is in fifth. So. By the end of this month, Desunoto will probably have won, it'll be your second month, that you won.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, you look at that.
It's crazy. Also, the separation of scores is literally by like 40 points. So,
Oh, God.
it's still anyone's game.
Okay.
All right. That's it.
Alrighty.
The end.
The end.
The end of that segment.
Oh, okay. I was like, the end.
The end. It's the end for you.
All right. So let's. I'm gonna move back over to rumors here since I.
Back over. I thought we never entered. Huh?
Yeah, no.
What happened?
Yeah.
A lot of lies.
No,
A lot of lies being exposed.
Well, you know.
Release
Adam,
the tapes.
the Watergate tapes.
You're only saying tapes.
Release the tapes. The white kids raised in 1990s Hollywood Boulevard.
Release the tits.
All named Tate.
There you go. I can back that one.
Yeah, 100%. All right, let me talk about some rumors here, guys. I got some rumors. 2K
right, hold on.
Yeah.
How many you got?
5.
All right, guys, get ready. Strap in for 9. Let's do this.
Okay. My first one here. Take-Two. Take-Two. 2K is reportedly working on a game to compete with Rocket League called Gravity Goal. This is via Tom Henderson.
Is that it?
Is there a tweet to it? Hang on. I don't think there's a tweet to it. No. There's not. No. That's it. That's all it is.
That's it? Good luck. All right.
It looks like Tron bikes. Like, I'll describe it right now. It looks like Tron bikes fighting with each other. So that's what it looks like.
How is that like Rocket League?
I mean...
All
They
has
use
to do is
discs
say
instead?
compete with it.
Yeah,
Oh,
they use
man.
discs instead of balls, and they're on Tron cycles.
Dumb.
Cool.
Rocket League is like a phenom. You can't beat that shit.
I would probably agree with that. Rocket League is developed into its own thing, so
Mm.
yeah. I mean,
It's got college teams.
does it have college teams
Mhm.
now?
Mhm.
Oh, that's pretty crazy.
Like
It's like
it
League.
has. It doesn't have like March Madness, but like it totally could. And it's not the only video game. I think there's like college teams for League of Legends, Overwatch,
Yeah.
maybe Siege. I don't know about Siege, but definitely Rocket League. I've watched some of the college games. They're real fun.
Wait, hold on a second. Everyone's moving on from this. Like this, there's not. We need to address some things. First of
Alright,
all,
ready to
you
address it.
said this is a Rocket League type of game that kind of looks like Tron.
So they're describing that they're riding Tron motorcycles, and they use a disc instead of a ball to play.
So it's Rocket League that's like Tron.
Well, you're not using cars. You're on Tron-like motorcycles.
What's going on here? Kevin, am I correct in assuming that what he's describing is it's Tron-like but Rocket League?
I mean, it depends how you want to word it. Both apply.
That's a better answer than what Genesis was like. Hey, it's not Cars. Who said Cars?
Well, no,
It's Tron but Rocket League.
hold on. Because if it's Tron-like, then it should be like Tron. If it's Rocket League-like, it should play like Rocket League.
No, it can be a mix. When you say it's Tron-like, it's Rocket. It's a combination of Tron and Rocket League. You can come up with 8 different scenarios where that fits, but what he described, Tron and Rocket League. My point is,
described
Rocket League came out
combustible
50
mix.
years ago, and the last Tron came out 50 years ago. What the hell are they working on this game for? What? This is like 8 years too late, and that's being kind.
Yeah.
I just didn't like how we all just went past that. Genesis was like, hey, they're making a Tron thing. That's Rocket League. And it's like, the last Tron came out in 2010. And Rocket League is still popular, but it's not what it was.
The passion he's giving right now. Really.
This
is the most. Oh my god.
It is like if I was like, hey guys, I want to capture the nostalgia over Crossroads the movie. And I also want to build on that with what's going on with the hype around NSYNC right now. You'd be like, hey man, you're 22 years too late. And I'd be like, hey man. Stupid. Hey guys, I just came up with a fidget spinner. I'm 7 years too late.
What if the fidget spinner that you came up with has LED lights and a sound in it?
They already have those, and they also came out 7 years ago.
Shit.
What a stupid game. Also, somebody in the comments was like, I played this some months ago, it sucked. So, heads up.
Now, here's the real question, though. All right, fidget spinners, right? Were the first fidget spinners just like the nipple tassels?
Now, Kevin, I respect it. But also,
I have this odd image of Adam
no.
with nipple tassels, and he's
I would never buy nipple tassels. I'd buy pasties, don't get me wrong. And that's similar enough to nipple tassels. I almost bought Batman once some years ago. I've talked about it before. But, like, I respect that, Kevin. The fact that you're eating and you thought of that, your brain's going on a trip right now. You're getting the taste, the sounds, and all of a sudden you're like, nipple tassels, fidget spinners. Let's combine that, then think this through, and then utter it out loud onto the internet forever. And there you go. Yes, I think yes is the answer. We'll talk about that more off the podcast. 100%. What a genius! Damn.
I don't think we can come back from that geniusness. But
No, that was. I honestly, that was really. Whew, that was so good. It was so good.
I have another rumor here. So apparently Blizzard has an unannounced FPS PvP project in development. This is according to one of their I guess is this a job listing? I guess a job listing, or I guess experience of somebody here. This is a lead principal game designer. The projects or products they contributed to was Overwatch 2 unannounced FPS PvP project, StarCraft 2, Legacy of the Void plus DLC Overwatch, and then Titan something. It looks like I don't know what the hell Titan was.
What are you saying?
So here, let me give you some stuff here. All right,
Yeah.
Project Titan. Let's go back to, oh boy, I'm pretty sure it was before World of Warcraft even came out. Maybe it was slightly after, when they were like, hey man, Project Titan, just wait for it. And everybody's like, oh shit, here comes a StarCraft MMO. Here we are like 20 freaking years later, and Project Titan is still kicking around. This isn't going to see the light of day, whatever it is. If they're linking Overwatch 2 and StarCraft together, I'm going to bet if anything comes of this, it's going to be basically Heroes of the Storm, except instead of a MOBA, it's going to be a first-person shooter. So they're just going to blend a whole bunch of their games together into a first-person shooter format, because Heroes of the Storm tanked real bad, because they couldn't freaking balance that game to save their lives, and they never came out with new content, other than more heroes. Yeah, GG Blizzard, you keep doing you, man. You keep doing that lazy development, and see how far that gets you. I'm not bitter. No.
No.
Interesting. I have a question. He said he wasn't bitter, but I got a feeling.
No.
I got a feeling.
Don't sing that song. You know what it did to me.
Oh.
What did it do to you?
First time I heard that song, I fell down the stairs and broke my middle toe.
Oh.
I've told that story before.
This song.
I've told that story
Heard
before.
him so much that he just fell on the stairs.
I was hanging out with my friend Mike. It was like 9 p.m. and it was like a Thursday night or whatever. And then he's like, "Hey, Black Eyed Peas put out a good song." I'm like, "Did they?" And then he played that, and I was like, "I'm gonna go home. I don't want to hang out anymore." And then I walked out of his like computer room, and it was dark in his upstairs. But I'm like, I've literally walked through this house for years. I can walk. And as I was walking down the stairs, my leg was like, "Hey, you're gonna die." So it threw me down, and as I was falling, I caught myself on the railing, and my left leg was like, "Hey, good catch," but also momentum, and it swung into the side of the stairs, and I just bashed my middle toe, and I broke it. I literally snapped my middle toe in half.
I fell down the stairs.
And then I walked to my bike. I biked home about a block. And then I walked in, and I was like, "Ma, I messed up my toe." And she's like, "What's wrong with it?" And I showed her, and it was purple. And she's like, "I think it's broken." And I'm like, "We'll worry about it tomorrow," because I had school pictures to take. So, yeah, that's why in my high school yearbook I look like I'm in a lot of pain in my senior photos, because I'm standing on a broken toe.
I broke my toe.
Because of that stupid song.
No, really. Really. Adam was just mesmerized by the retro fidget spinner called the Nipple Tassel. It was fantastic when he was walking down the stairs.
Let's be real. No, the original fidget spinner is the metal bar that he has. That's his fidget spinner. That was falling him down
way
the
after
stairs.
fidget spinners, first of all. So that joke made no sense. Also, Kevin, don't beat the joke to the ground already. All right, let's just move on. It was very tasteful. It was good. It was funny. Don't pull it up. All right, don't be like Genesis and joke and then rely on it for the next 40 minutes until everyone hates it and forgets about it. Don't do that. Don't become him.
What the hell did I ever do to you?
What did you ever do to me? Let's rewind an hour and 10 minutes. Hey, yes or no? I know Adam's going to ask, but let me ask for him.
I didn't know that I was related to Goofy, but okay. I appreciate it.
We're not related. What does that even mean?
You made me sound like Goofy, okay? I don't talk like that all the time. Okay, I was a churchwoman for 1 minute. Okay, I talked about bongos, but I didn't mean it in a bad way.
I like how your
Bongos or
impression of
whatever.
bongos wasn't even as good as your original saying of bongos. And there see, he's doing it again, except with my joke. He's trying to beat it into the ground. It was my joke, it was funny, then you keep repeating it. Stop it.
Well, that's what you do with bongos.
This is what I do. I beat things
See,
into
now
the ground.
Kevin made a funny little sly comment about bongos right after I said, don't use the bongo joke. That was funny because it was like unexpected. Yours, it was obvious you were going to say, oh, what about bongos? Goofy ass piece of shit.
Would it be better if I played a ukulele? Is that what you want? Would it be better if I just played a different instrument?
Give me the Yuki. The
Yuki? A ukulele?
Ukulele is a competitor, alright? To Banjo-Kazooie. Get it?
I'm gonna go play the sitar. That's what I'm gonna do. Anyway.
I'm gonna fucking cut you open and lick your spine.
Okay. Alright. Well, let me move on to the next one.
Is it far? I don't want to move that far.
It's not that far. No, you're okay.
Thank God.
Yeah, no, you're alright. You're right.
Oh, it's a nice room.
Assassin's Creed Nexus, set to release in the next 12 months, leaked a couple of weeks ago. Beta build of the game leaked a couple of weeks ago. Unfortunately, the poster was not able to preserve much except for the main menu and the mission selection screen. The arsenal that they had was a sword, hidden blade, throwing knife, smoke bomb, crossbow. The combat is timing based. You have to wait until your enemy lowers his cover and strike fast. Missions are linear, no open world. Mission areas are fairly big. Backtracking is a thing. Parkour works by holding your A or action button and walking towards climbable props.
Robs.
Alright.
I think this is all stupid. And I think they should just cancel Assassin's Creed and stop.
I gotta be honest, I think your hate for Ubisoft is in here because this sounds like old Assassin's Creed.
I think they should cancel Assassin's Creed, and I think it should just be beaten to the ground. Just beat it.
So cancel it, but also beat it into the ground until it's dead. Which yes. I would have to say they've been doing for the last 10 years. Which one could argue is the reason you hate it. But whatever, you do you.
Is that cancel
repeat the rumor?
Or beat and cancel culture?
You want to repeat the rumor? Hang on a second, I'll repeat it for you.
Everybody's just ignoring me.
Cancel culture doesn't exist, Kevin.
I'm sorry, Kevin. I hate Assassin's Creed. That's the rumor. A beta build of the game leaked a couple of weeks ago. No, I know it's not a rumor. That's a fact. And the arsenal for the beta build of the game that was leaked, besides the main menu and the mission selection screen, was sword, hidden blade, throwing knife, smoke bomb, crossbow. Combat is timing based. You gotta wait until your enemy lowers his cover and strike fast. Mission design is linear, with no open world. Mission areas are big. Backtracking is a thing. Movement is parkour, works by holding action button and walking towards climbable props. These are Assassin's Creed Nexus is a VR game, Desanoto, just so you are understanding of where that's coming from, if that was a question that you would have had.
Oh.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
I can literally walk across the street, and I can come up to your window and drag you out of the window and make sure that you're hanging halfway, and then close that top of that window as many times as I can until it just cuts you in half, and your the top half of your body just flungs.
Oh, it's like Ghost.
Is this? Wait.
I'm pretty sure you won't be able to pick me up, so...
You underestimate my hatred.
First of all, no threats of violence against your neighbors. No threats, Kevin. No threats. Also, Desanoto watched Breaking Bad. You touch him, you die. Um, it's a shield now.
I swear to God, one thing I say to him, and he hates me the entirety of the podcast.
Dude,
Actually,
I don't know if you realize this. I always hate you. I always.
The truth comes out.
I just don't bring it up unless you do something to inspire my wrath, you sack of a wonderful father.
oh no,
How do you see? You want me to be nice now? You handsome son of a gun, growing your hair out, looking better every day.
I shaved my head. What are you talking about?
I thought your wife said she wanted you to grow it out.
No, I cut it.
But didn't your wife say you wanted to grow it out?
No. Well, yes, but she cut it for me.
Oh, wow. Wow. Look at that. Look at that. Wife and a husband working together in a beautiful marriage. Very few people can do. Rate of divorce, not here.
I feel like this is a compliment sandwich. There's an insult packed in somewhere. Under the lettuce or the tomato, there's an insult.
You can rewind. You find it.
Tomato. Can we put it under the bacon instead? I'll eat that.
Hey, lettuce for health, tomato for prostate health. You know, he's got to make more kids.
Is that what that's for? Okay.
Oh, probably.
I need something for knee health.
Hey, reach out to Genesis. He'll just come right on it.
Okay. Okay. This is the Shit on Genesis podcast officially. We're changing the name today from Crafting a Chat.
How is it the Shit on Genesis podcast? I just said your cum can heal Kevin's knee. That doesn't sound like we're shitting on you. It sounds like we worship you.
I don't want to be the cum god. I don't want to be the cum lord. Okay, please.
It's only going to be weird when Kevin's like, oh no, I got something wrong with my throat. I'll be like, uh-oh. Meanwhile, I'm in the corner flipping my tassels. You kidding me? We're down. Destino's banging on bongos. See, this is how you bring jokes back, Genesis, you sack of shit. Anyways, Genesis, you're doing a great job. Continue.
Alright. Are we done with that previous rumor? Are we done with that one?
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's Assassin's Creed. Destino and I think it sounds good. Kevin's not really a huge fan of Assassin's Creed, and you hate Ubisoft more than you
hold on. I got a different angle to take on this, because you said this is a VR game?
It's a VR game.
Alright, hold on. Now, what's the over-under? Let's say this releases as is, right? Not like as is, but like it fully is realized it comes out. How long past its release date until people are like getting sick and throwing up all over the floor? Because if you're going to be doing parkour in VR, oof, hello motion sickness.
I can only imagine. Also, all the old Assassins will be available for this game. Ezio is the first one that you play as.
Wow.
So you'll be able to play as Ezio, Cassandra, Connor, Haytham.
They were always listening.
Yeah, I know.
To you.
I'm listening.
They want to just... You know what Ubisoft wants to do? They want to just, like, literally kill me, dig my body up, take a piss on it, take a shit on it, bury me back into the ground, and then take a piss and shit on my grave one more time so it soaks into the dirt.
Shit on you podcast?
This is true.
We didn't know it was literal shitting on you, but okay, you know,
I went that way.
I prefer toilets, but you know, if I could do a sludge slide on you, that's great. Remember that one? Kevin remembers that one.
A sludge slide. Is that like you take a shit in my chest and then you basically slide all over?
Oh man, Kevin, you want to explain it? It's not necessarily chest. It's usually the back. You know, yeah. That's I think I mentioned it over a year ago at this point.
Make my sludge slide.
Yeah.
It was so random and so great.
You're welcome, Kevin.
God.
All right. Next one. This is a Sega rumor. So this is a
Sega.
potential Sega leak
Thank you.
from 4chan. This is going to encompass the following games: Yakuza 8, Virtua Fighter 6,
Uh-huh.
Sonic Frontiers,
Uh-huh.
Jet Set Radio, a new Jet Set Radio,
Oh, wow.
and a couple other things. So I'm going to go through them now. So the leak states new Jet Set Radio from RGGS. I have no idea what that stands for.
Reasons?
Maybe, yeah, I guess the company or whoever makes
No, I don't know.
Jet Set Radio. Uh, RGGS is also making Virtua Fighter 6. It's in the Dragon Engine. Kiryu is playable. Graphics look much better. Akira, Jackie, and Pi look way older. Yakuza 8. There's a couple of screens of this game. Ichiban is strolling around the city again, and graphics look much better. A new Demon Slayer game is going to be made, apparently. Sonic the Hedgehog 5 is also going to be made. Persona 4 Golden is going to be on the Switch and PlayStation 4. Sonic Frontiers. It has renders of screenshots with Sonic, Tails, and Shadow, who are all playable. Desert environment that looks like the desert environment from Sonic 06. Movie Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles are all in the game, so you can equip their skins. Sonic can equip different shoes and gloves. Mario and Sonic at the Paris 2024 Olympic Games. And then that's it. No Persona 5, no Persona 6 talk.
Did they even mention Yakuza 8 in that?
Yeah, the only thing they mentioned in Yakuza 8 was just the screenshots of Ichiban strolling around the city again, and the graphics looking insane.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, you're good. I was just making sure that all the games they aforementioned were actually in there. Because that was mostly about Sonic. So what's the actual thing? Like, these titles have been leaked? Is that what this is?
This is the leak is stating that these are titles. Well, we knew Sonic Frontiers is a thing, but we didn't
we knew
know
that
about
one.
the other things. So these are leaks stating what these games are going to be about, or leaks about these games, and that they're going to be announced soon. Sonic Frontiers, the only thing we know about it is that it's open world. That's it. The whole piece of Sonic, Tails, and Shadow being playable is cool. Persona 4 Golden getting ports, that was a rumor going around for a while.
Shadow being playable is interesting.
Well, yeah, because the last time he was playable, he was a literal piece of steaming garbage. Because it's the Shadow the Hedgehog model it took from the GameCube era, which that's not the real Shadow. The only real Shadow that there is from Sonic Adventure 2, which is the one where he literally matches Sonic.
Alright.
Virtua Fighter 6, Virtua Fighter 5 was PS3 era. There hasn't been a Virtua Fighter game since then. And then Jet Set Radio, that shit hasn't been around since
Dreamcast?
PSP.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was on PSP. And Sonic the Hedgehog 5. Sonic the Hedgehog 4 came out for PS3. Hasn't been one out since then. PS3, Xbox 360, and Wii.
I think all this is very plausible. Shadow being played in Shadow being playable in Sonic Frontiers is interesting because I don't know where this is gonna fit in a timeline. If there's a timeline for the game, does it mean you can play the bad guys? It wouldn't be the first time you can play bad guys in a Sonic game.
Well, he's normally considered like an anti-hero, so yeah, I guess. Because, you've played as
Campaigns,
Eggman
maybe?
before.
Huh?
You could play as Eggman in, like, older
I know
Sonic
that,
games.
though.
Sonic Adventure
I'm
2,
not
Sonic
well versed
Heroes.
in Sonic.
Those are the only good Sonic games.
Heroes.
Yes.
I know the title theme, that's it.
The mention of no Persona 5 ports or Persona 6 makes me think that this is actually real.
This was posted on 4chan on April 1st.
Yes.
No
Still.
further questions, Your Honor.
Still, regardless. No further questions. Okay, cool. Let's see, I think I may have one or two more here.
Oh man, he might actually stick to 5, guys.
He stuck to 6 last week.
Did he?
Was
I
that
don't know.
6?
I lost count.
Yeah, last week was 6, I think. I think Destinoto guessed it, or Kevin.
Yes or no? Yes or yeah.
I think, yeah.
But I think he just said a couple. That was my point.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah. That's fair.
Okay, Genesis, you don't need to be able to count. Let's see.
His daughter can count. She did like 1, and then she got to like 3 or something. I don't know how she did it. It was crazy.
Yeah, she counted 1, 2, 3.
Oh,
I still
that's
don't
awesome.
understand. Still don't. How you getting 1 to 3? That makes no sense. It's 1, 1, 3. That's a Fibonacci sequence. Does she understand that? I do. What an idiot.
No, it's not. Fibonacci is 1, 1, 2,
We all
3.
know. We all know, Kevin. It was a joke. You just had to correct it. What are you, Adam? What are you doing? What's going on?
What, am I Adam? Ooh.
Ooh.
I hope not. I mean, what?
Hmm.
Oh, we
You
got
know
a
what?
yummy rumor coming up.
No, I don't. I am actually out of rumors. Everything else is
What?
garbage.
Give me a
Everything
garbage
else is
one.
pretty garbage. One of the garbage ones?
Give me a garbage.
Okay.
I just want to
Give him a
sample
garbage.
Give me a garbage. Garbage one. GTA Plus subscription could soon be coming to PC.
That's garbage.
Yep. Yeah. Job listing for product manager GTA Plus subscription over at Rockstar New York could hint at the future of the service. Listing says the subscription product manager will help drive the program and product strategy through implementation of features across our storefronts on the web, our PC application, and in-game stores as well as our stores with gaming partners. That's garbage.
Yeah, alright.
I guess another garbage one?
No, I guess we're done then.
Okay, well, that's it for the garbage ones then. And that's it for the podcast. Thank you, everybody, for sticking around for episode 90. Was it that fast? No,
Oh no, we're at 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey Adam, here's how you count. Look at the time.
No.
Thank you for everybody sticking around for as long as you did for episode 90. We'll see you again next week, same time, same place. Follow us on twitch.tv/craftingachat or youtube.com/startingtoolate with 2 R's.
We won't be in the same place. We'll be outside.
We'll be outside next time. Yes, that is true.
Look at me, I'm smart.
Everybody take care. Go get
We
your
might put
vaccines.
him down by next week. We haven't decided. We're still weighing our options. We want to get basically a diagnosis before we put him down, but we might put him down.
Tell you what, if you take a vote on our Twitter, we'll actually look at that for once in our life, and we'll see if we have to put him down.
We'll see. Let us know.
Take a vote on the Twitter. More yeses, we'll put him down. More no's, we'll keep him around. For
Honestly, if there's like 800 no's and 1 yes, we're still gonna do it. We just need someone to approve it. Literally anyone. Destinoto say yes, we'll put him down.
And I think Kevin would appreciate that.
Honestly, that laugh sounded like a yes. Let's put him down.
If you put me down, I mean, I'm on the 3rd floor. That'd be kind of nice to just be on the ground.
Now, hold on. You said earlier that if you jumped down to the ground, you would be fine enough to attack a man. Now you're saying that if we put you down there, you'd be done. Like, come on. Get your story straight.
No, not that I'd be done. I would appreciate it. It's like an elevator.
You'd be dead.
Jump.
All right, everybody.
Say my
Take your
hurt myself.
vaccines. COVID's not over. Please stay safe, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Having to jump off the Empire State Building, get to the bottom, be like, ow, my hip. Bye-bye, you hip motherfucker.